Problem 6-56. Find an equation for each of the lines described below. Letter A. The line with slope 1/3 that goes through the point 0,5. That's a pretty easy one here. If our slope is 1/3, and we've got this point that it goes through being 0,5, this is also the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept always has 0 for the x-coordinate. So this is our y-intercept. Well, that's all we really need. So if m is 1/3 and b equals 5, we can take this and put it into its equation, y equals 1/3 x plus 5. Letter B. The line parallel to y equals 2x minus 5 that goes through the point 1, 7. So it's going to be parallel. Well, remember, parallel lines have the same slope. I'm just writing that because that's important to remember. So parallel lines have the same slope, but they have different y-intercepts. A lot of people just say, oh, they have the same slope. But if they have the same y-intercept, they're not parallel. They'd be coinciding lines. So we've got that it's parallel to y equals 2x minus 5, which means here that our slope is going to have to be 2, because that is what the slope of this line that it's parallel to is. And it says it goes through the point 1, 7. Nothing special about that point here. That's just going to be like having an x and a y. So since we know an m, we know an x and a y, we can use these to come up with the equation of our line. Remember, y equals m times x plus b. M is our slope, so put in your 2 for your slope. 1 is our x, so 2 times 1. And we don't know b, but we do know y. So we've eliminated 3 of the missing values so that we can solve for the fourth one. So 7 equals 2 plus b. Subtract our 2, and we get 5 is equal to b. Now that we know our slope and our y-intercept, we can go ahead and write our equation. Y equals our slope times x plus our y-intercept. Letter C. To move it back up here just a notch. The line perpendicular to y equals 2x minus 5, that goes through the point 1, 7. All right, so we know that it's going to be perpendicular to this line. Well, perpendicular slopes have a product of -1 when we multiply them together. So we're going to say if it's perpendicular to 2 times blank, or we say 2x is going to equal -1. So what does x have to be? Well, let's divide it by 2. Let's divide it by 2, and we get that x equals -1/2. So it's like the negative reciprocal of our other slope. So m for our new line here is going to be -1/2. And we know it passes through the point 1, 7. So there's our x value and our y value. So just like the last problem, we're going to plug these values in and solve it for b. Here we go. So y equals mx plus b. 7 equals -1/2 times 1 plus b. -1/2 times 1, -1/2. And then when we add 1/2 to each side here, we should get 7 1/2 equals b. That's the same thing there as what, 15 halves, if you like that better. But y equals negative 1/2 x plus 7 1/2. And last but not least, here would be letter D. The line that goes through the point 0, 0, so that the tangent of the angle it makes with the x-axis is 2. Let's make a little room down here. So it goes through the point 0, 0. And it's so that the tangent of the angle it makes with the x-axis is going to end up being 2. So if we were thinking about our graph there, oops, hold on, that's not very good. That was a little better. So here's our coordinate plane. It goes through the origin, so we're going to have a point right at the origin here. And say so that the tangent of the angle it makes with the x-axis is equal to 2. So it's going to hit here. If we're making some sort of angle here, remember tangent is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So this ratio, so if we're talking about this angle, we'll call this theta. The tangent of this angle that it makes with the x-axis is equal to 2, which means opposite over adjacent. So what point would we be at up here? Well, we've gone over 1 and we've gone up 2. So it's going to go through the point 1, 2. So it goes through the origin, and it also goes through the point 1, 2. So what can we always find with 2 points? Well, we can find the slope. The slope of this line is rise 2, run 1. So our slope is 2. Our y-intercept, well, it crosses right through the origin. So we're going to say b is going to equal 0. And now we have all the information we need to write our equation. Y equals our slope, 2, times x. And then we could put plus 0, or you can just leave it as y equals 2x. And there you go, y equals 2x. This is letter D for our problem 6-56. So if you have questions on these, please make sure you ask your teacher. If not, I hope that this helped out. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.